Hi and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been with us before, welcome back. And if you just slid by, saw the title, and decided to click on, welcome. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. On the road to 500. Alright, y'all. Well, if y'all came back for part 2, welcome back. And let me tell y'all part 2. But if y'all haven't seen part 1, to understand part 2, you need to watch part 1. And we're going to explain how Rupaul saved our life when old boy got knocked out. So you stuck around for part 2. That means you already seen part 1 and you caught up with us for part 2. So let's talk about how RuPaul saved our life after old boy got knocked out. Okay, on part 1, we ended with Feisty giving me a call and talking me into going to Bourbon Street after our long ride to New Orleans. So I told Feisty before we hung up to give me 10 minutes. And we'll meet in the lobby. So Feisty said, okay. So we hung up the phone. And I actually took 20 minutes. So I made it down to the lobby. And nobody was in the lobby except for the front desk girl, because it was 3 a.m. New Orleans time, 4 a.m. Atlanta time. So we was there. I was there, dog tired. So I'm standing there. And I had been standing there for about 15 minutes waiting. And they had come downstairs. So I'm thinking, you know what? They probably took these shots, went to sleep, and yeah, they're not coming. So I said, I'm going to give them 5 more minutes, and I'm going back upstairs. So I'm standing there by the elevator waiting, and the bellman comes out the elevator. He was like, hey, you must be waiting on the 4 people downstairs, the 2 couples. And I was like, yeah. He said, yeah, they told me they were waiting for someone. And I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, they downstairs on the main floor. Because if you don't know, the Westin in New Orleans has the lobby floor, which has the front desk and the bar. And then they have the main floor where you leave out with the bellman, and they have some sofas and stuff that you can sit down there. So they were on the main floor and not the lobby floor. So I was like, okay. So I was like, all right, thank you. So I go downstairs to meet them. So when I get downstairs, the elevator opens and Feisty says, Key, let's go to the river. I'm like, what you mean go to the river, girl? We're going on Bourbon. It's 3 in the morning. I don't want to go to the river. She was like, it's probably really beautiful. Let's go to the river. So I'm thinking, y'all could have went there when y'all went to dinner and stuff. When we went to visit family, you had to wait on me to go see the water. The water right there. And she was like, let's go see the river. Let's go see the river. So I'm like, all right. We'll go see the river for a second. But we need to head to Bourbon. She was like, yeah, let's go to the river. So we head to the river. And I'm like, girl, as we walk into the river, because you got to walk around the parking lot to get to the stairs to get to the river. I'm like, girl, we could go see this tomorrow, beautiful in the morning, after we get breakfast. We could go to the river walk. I see the river is really pretty in the daytime. And she was like, no, it's got to be beautiful at night. It got to be. And I was like, all right. So we walk in and we're walking up the stairs to the river. And as we're walking up the stairs to go see the water, there is, once you get up the stairs, there's like a bench. There's a guy sitting on the bench. And so we walking up and she's saying how, the city is so pretty, especially at night. And I was like, you think so? And she was like, yeah. So we laughing. And the guy that was sitting on the bench is smoking a cigarette. So Feisty looks over and she immediately gets annoyed. Oh my God, you are so gross. Like, why would you smoke and mess up other people's lungs because you want smoke? That is like the rudest, most inconsiderate thing that someone can do. And she's looking at the guy at this point. And so I'm thinking to myself, this dude could be contemplating on anything. He could be sitting out here just thinking. He could be having a bad day. You don't know why these guys sitting out here smoking a cigarette, and you won't bother him. So I'm like, Feisty, stop. And she looks at me and she was like, that is just gross. Like, why would he do that? I'm like, Feisty, that's not your business. If you want to go see the water, let's go see the water. If you want to go back to the hotel, we can go back to the hotel, because we're not going to do this tonight. And she looks back at him like she totally ignored what I said. She looks back at him and she was like, how could you? And her husband said, honey, stop. Like, you are making this experience really bad for everybody. Can you stop? You're such a punk. You never want to take my back. You never have my back. You always have everybody else's back except for my back. And it's like, it's not anybody's back to have. Like, you're wrong. This dude is just sitting there minding his business. So the dude just threw out his cigarette. Like, he just plucked the cigarette away. And when he plucked the cigarette away, that annoyed her even more. Feisty said, I don't believe you polluted like that. That is just the grossest, disgustingest thing you could ever do. You are so disgusting. You are so disgusting to humankind. You are disgusting. And so the guy's like looking at her like, really, lady? Like, he's just like giving her this look, but he's not saying anything. So she's like going off on this guy. So we like, Feisty, stop, calm down. So her brother is like, can you chill out, please, chill out. And so she's like, I can't believe y'all. Y'all don't see anything wrong with this? So the guy walks off. And when the guy walks off, I look behind because, you never know what people mind is. He could be like, you know what, okay, I'll be right back. So I'm like, you know what, Feisty, we're going to see this water tomorrow. Let's go to Bourbon. Like, I need to get away from this scene because I don't need to be trying to swim with the gators. Let's go. Okay? And so she was like, it's so pretty. Did you see the boat just pass? And I'm like, you lying. You just, you don't know what you just did to this guy. I mean, he walked off too kind of calmly for me. So we need to know. So she was like, okay, let's go to Bourbon. So we start walking towards Bourbon Street. As we're walking towards Bourbon Street, there's people coming off of Bourbon. There's drinking, partying. Woo! They having a good time. We speaking to them. We laughing. We joking with people that's passing. We talking to people. We just having a good little time on our little walk to Bourbon. Not far at all, but we having a good time nevertheless. So we walking, we laughing, and she's like, I can't believe the architecture is so beautiful out here. The people are so nice. It's a vibe. And I'm like, yeah, but we don't have to have all this fuss and stuff. So she was like, no, we having a great time. And she was like, no, I'm enjoying myself now. I'm really enjoying myself. So I was like, okay. So we get to Bourbon. As we get to Bourbon, we come to a club that has live jazz music they're playing. And she was like, oh my God, I just have to go in this club. They playing live jazz music. We was like, cool. So we go into the club. The band is playing. We all get a drink. And we're listening to the music and the band is playing. And as we're listening to the music and the band is playing, there's another club across the street. And they're dancing. And Feist is like, oh, we need to go over there. So it's like, all right. So we finished up our drinks and we head over there because people are outside dancing and they're having a good little time. So we go over there and people are dancing, they macarena. So we jam into it or whatever. And that's our jam. So we dancing. And after we finish dancing to that song, they play a song that we do not know. So we all look at each other and we're like, okay, let's go. So we start heading out, and so we start walking down the street. As we're walking down the street, we hear another club, and they playing country music. Well, her husband he loves country music. So we go in there, we listen to a little bit of the country music, and as we listen to a little bit of country music, then they start playing rap music. So we were like, all right, let's, walk down to another club. Even though we listened to rap music, we was just, we vibed to that song. We left out there. So we leave and we started heading towards another club. As we're walking down Bourbon some more, we get to this other club and they're playing some good music, some 90s and some 80s and 90s music. So we go in the club and we listening to it. We jamming, they playing decent dance music. So we dancing to it, everybody's having a good time. And we standing right by the dance floor, just watching. At this point, nobody wants to get a drink. So Feisty says, I'm going to go get everybody a drink. So I was like, okay, do you want me to come with you to the bar? Because, I don't want her to walk to the bar by herself, even though the bar was like literally 2 feet away from us, right? And so I was like, you want me to come with you to help you carry the drink? She was like, no, I got it. And I was like, okay, we screaming over each other, so I don't really know if she heard me or not. Anyway. She goes to the bar. As she's walking to the bar, her sister-in-law says, I'm going to go with her to the bar because I really don't want her standing over there by herself. So she walks over to the bar with her. And as they're at the bar, we're looking at her sister-in-law making faces at us going, because Feisty has made friends at the bar. And she made friends with 2 of these other ladies that was at the bar, and they taking shots. Shot. That's what they singing, and they taking the shots. So they enjoying shots over there at the bar. And we all, me, her, Marine, and brother-in-law all standing by the dance floor watching them and watching her sister-in-law make faces going like, oh, she's getting on my nerves type of deal. So we all laughing and cracking up jokes, at her standing over there with Feisty. So it's been about 4 or 5 shots in. Feisty and sister-in-law was like, okay, enough is enough. Starts headed back towards us. And as they headed back towards us, they walked towards the dance floor. And when they walked towards the dance floor, they start playing Doing the Butt. Well, that's Feisty's song. So Feisty's like, Doing the Butt. Oh, yeah. Sexy, sexy. So she jamming on the dance floor doing the butt. So her sister-in-law comes by us and was like, I'm done. And so we all just standing there watching Feisty, dance. Well, as she's dancing, there's a guy starts to dance on her on the dance floor as she's doing the butt. So she's doing the dance or whatever, and the guy starts to dance on her. So while he's dancing on her, she's just all into the dance. Like, I don't even think she realized the guy was dancing on her. So she's just like dancing, and her husband gets furious. So he's like, I don't believe her. So he starts to walk towards the dance floor. So I grab his arm, and I said, no, I'll get her. Like, we don't need no extra scene. I'll go get her. So he was like, he was a little furious. So, he agreed to let me go get her. So I go on the dance floor, and I like grab Feisty, like, come on, like, you don't need to be dancing with this dude, like, let's dance. So I'm like, starting to kind of like doing the dance with her, like kind of grabbing her away from dude. So when I'm grabbing her away from dude like pulls her to him, like, no, like, we good. And I was like, I understand y'all good, but her husband's up there. And he was like, yeah, he'll be alright, dude be alright. He was like, she's dancing with me. And I was like, yeah, but no, she's not. So come on, so she looks at dude when she realized that she was dancing with the dude. I don't even think she knew she was dancing with him. And she turned around, she's like, let me go, like she like screams at dude. So dude was like, we've been dancing good till you came over here, talking to me like, you came and you done messed up our vibe, like. And she was like, vibe. So she started hitting the dude, like, because the dude was still trying to pull her to him. So she starts hitting the dude. So that's when the bouncer, like, was standing on stage. He, like, jumped over. And he, like, broke it up, and he, like, put the guy out. Because Feisty was, like, she was, like, beating the dude. So he, like, put the guy out. And so he put the guy out. Feisty comes back over, so her husband's like, he's like over it at this point. So her husband just like starts going off like, I can't believe you would dance with the dude. How could you do that? You're such an embarrassment, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, she probably really didn't realize she was dancing with the dude. So they like going back and forth, and she's like, you're such a punk. You didn't even come over there to protect me. That guy could have did anything to me. And he's like, you the one on over there. So they fussing in the club, right? So I'm like, okay, enough is enough. Let's go. Y'all not going to do this in the club. Let's go. So we start leaving out from the club. So when we walking out, I see the dude talking to 2 chicks on the side. So I'm like, okay, he like vibing with the 2 chicks or whatever, laughing. So I'm like, whew, because if he would have saw us, there could have been some more drama. He ain't see us. He ain't care about us. We good. We gone. So I start walking out the door. I'm like, yes. So I get past the guy and out the door. Feisty sees the guy.